Hey, we're in Hiram tonight as Mountain Crest plays host to Box Elder, the rival Bees from over the hill. Mountain Crest kind of in the middle of the pack right now, and Box Elder looking to keep pace with Roy at the top of the regionally, and both of these teams are very young. That's the thing that really jumps off the paper to you.
Yeah, well, there's one four-year starter for Box Elder, and Shad Watson leads their team in scoring. They're right. There's youth on both sides of the ball. Brenchley, the point guard for Mountain Crest, young, and Darius as well for Box Elder. Both really young kids, but makes for a fun, exciting game, or no hair if you're a coach.
Jackson Brenchley is that freshman. He's a freshman, and he's running the team for Mountain Crest. Yeah, no hair. He doesn't even have a driver's license. He can barely go out past 9 o'clock at night. But he's doing a great job. He leads his team in scoring. Darius McFarland for Box Elder is a sophomore, and you talked about Shad Watson, 19 points per game for the Bees. Stick around. Should be a good one. The Bees and the Mustangs coming up next.
I'm Josh Arthur. I'm a competitive ultramarathoner. I've been running in the Olympus down here in southern Utah, training and trying it out. It's been working great. My background's in exercise science and biomechanics, so my whole focus is on proper running technique and footwear that allows for that, and the Olympus is no exception. It doesn't sacrifice the toe box, it doesn't sacrifice the zero drop. It's just what I like in a shoe plus the extra comfort of the extra cushioning. Any area, pretty much, you're going to find puddles and you're on a long trail run. If it's a thin puddle, you don't even feel it because the higher rise of the shoes, you don't even have to get splashed. If you do get them wet, that quick dry mesh on the upper lets them dry out real quick. The zero drop allows me to have proper running form, no elevated heel, and allows me to run with a very light and natural stride that my body's made for. On the climbs up, because of the extra cushioning and the softer rubber that it has, it almost gives you a little spring, and it lets you kind of float up the climbs. It worked great on the big drops. I didn't have to worry about if I was going to land on a sharp rock like I normally would. I could just pick where I wanted to hit and just go for it. With Ultras, I have that variety. With the zero drop max cushion, it just allows me to run the way I want to. I can cover terrain for longer times that normally I wouldn't have been able to. It's a comfort thing. It feels great.
Box Elder visits Mountain Crest on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. And the Game of the Week is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Cache Valley Hospital, your choice in healthcare. Salt Lake Express, door-to-door service to and from the Salt Lake Airport every hour. Lewiston State Bank, strong and vibrant for over a century. Immaculate Homes, now your home. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Discount Tire and Automotive, so much more than a tire store. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you've been missing. VR Graphics for all your promotional graphics needs. Planet Fitness, the judgment-free zone, only $10 a month. A logo shop. We logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station. Tonight on the Game of the Week, it's Mountain Crest playing host to Box Elder here at Hiram in the Mustang Gym. I'm Eric Olson along with Lee Vaughn. Should be a pretty good one here tonight. Lee, Box Elder coming in 8-4, 3-0 in region, 5-6 for the Mustangs. They are 1-1 in region and looking to stay in the region hunt. While Roy leads the region and Box Elder's trying to just keep up, Lee.
Well, Roy's pretty good, and Box Elder also 8-5 this season on a 3-game winning streak. They're having a great season so far, and they want to keep that going in this tough place to play.
You know, we look at these Valley rivalry games, and we include Box Elder in on that. They're just over the hill,
Yep.
And I know out here in the south end of town and at Logan as well that they kind of include Box Elder as one of those big rivals as well. Box Elder's always got good programs, and it's kind of a nasty rivalry.
I'm married to one, so there's a lot of them up here in Cache Valley, some bees.
All right, Lee Vaughn had a chance to talk with the coaches before the game. Jace McKee, the head coach of the Box Elder Bees, spent a little bit of time with Lee, and let's see what he heard.
Well, Coach, Box Elder Mountain Crest, the tough region schedule continues, and you're on a 3-game winning streak coming into tonight. What have you told your kids getting ready for Mountain Crest?
Well, we told them, to be ready for a good team. They're big, they have a lot of size, and they're well coached, and we have our work cut out for us for sure. They're
a pretty young team, but you have some experienced starters coming back as well. How much does that help your team in this tough region schedule?
It's great to have someone like Shad and Jeff who, like I said, they started last year for us and have a lot of experience. And then we do have some young guys that they're doing a great job bringing them along. And but by this time of the year, everybody's played quite a few games, and they're not sophomores anymore. They've got to be bigger and older now. So,
give us an injury report. Team healthy, everybody good?
We're missing Shad Mortensen tonight. He suffered a slight concussion this week in practice, and he missed the game Wednesday, and he won't play tonight. Other than that, we're relatively healthy.
Okay, well, good luck tonight, Coach. Thanks for your time.
You bet. Thanks. Have a good one.
That was Coach Jace McKee, and we heard from him there a little bit ago, but talk between the lines, Lee. What did you hear?
Well, Coach, tough region schedule continues with Box Elder, an experienced team coming into your home court, and you have a very young team. Tell me how much they've come from the summer to now and really what they've learned.
Well, leaps and bounds, but there's definitely some work to be had still, and I think that's been evident in our inconsistent play. And we're still just trying to get some basics out of them and some team chemistry and being able to do that on a consistent basis. But they've come a long way, but definitely still work to do.
Talk to me about Box Elder tonight. They're a pretty good team. They're winning some games. They're on a 3-game winning streak. What have you told your kids getting ready for the game tonight?
Oh, it's every game is going to be the biggest game for us, and it's always one game at a time. And this happens to be on our home floor, and those are always big games for us. And Shad, the incredible player he is, and a 4-year starter, and we got some really good sophomores in shooting and scoring. That they pose a threat to anybody on any given night, and that shows their record so far in region.
Well, 4 years from now, you might have a couple 4-year starters, it looks like, looking at your roster tonight. Tell us about the health of the team and really how they're feeling this part of the season.
It's been good. Each time that we've kind of taken a step back, we've been fortunate to have kind of a week to regain, and we're not going to have those all the time through the season, but we've certainly taken advantage this week of having a week of prep, and hopefully we're able to show some things we've worked on and progression.
Okay, looking forward to a great game, Coach.
All right,
thank you. See you at half.
Right.
Well, there you have it. You heard it right from the coach. And speaking of hearing, Dr. Paul Daines, he can design a hearing solution that not only gives you better hearing, but hearing that sounds like you want it to. That's Dr. Paul Daines at Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, who sponsors our coach's comments. Read between the lines here, Lee, for us before we went to that. Before we went to that, just really quickly, what did you think talking to both of those coaches?
Well, I think both coaches are obviously feeling the pressure of this region play right now, but I think especially Coach Buckmiller is with his young team, and he's worried about turnovers and with a real young freshman at the point guard position.
All right, team's ready to take the floor. We're going to take a break. It's Mountain Crest and Box Elder coming up next.
That's what was hard for my dad, was that he did not catch so much of the conversation, would respond inappropriately sometimes because he didn't hear. My father always put his hand behind his ear cupping so he could hear us. We don't think about it. It's when our family members start telling us we need the hearing aid that we begin to get serious, that maybe there is a problem. Although I knew I needed hearing aids, I could tell. But I was missing many times what the grandchildren were actually saying, and I would have to take their little face and turn it up to me so I could hear, which was embarrassing. But it was a wonderful experience to begin to hear. I could hear when I walked out of the office that day, people's shoes on the pavement. I couldn't believe it. It was an amazing thing. Now I have called a repairman because I could finally hear that the water was running constantly. So it is embarrassing. I can only imagine how many other things I've missed. You really don't see that behind my ear. Dr. Daines is a wonderful, caring doctor, and not only is it painless, but your family can finally not have to worry about communicating with you and you not hearing, even on your phone. That is a huge, huge thing. And so I would say, do it for your family and loved ones. Now I can hear.
Now the Box Elder Bees huddling up on their end of the court. Levon, let's take a look at the starting lineups for both teams.
Well, starting for Box Elder, who we just saw, Daniel Diedrichson, Darius McFarland, Jerem Meekum, Jeff Sever, and Shad Watson, who we talked about in the opener. Mountain Crest being introduced now. Jackson Brenchley, Gage Ferguson, John Huff, Tanner Kirby, and Cannon Schenk. We decided Cannon Schenk should be a quarterback with a name like that.
Well, if your name is Cannon, you should be a pitcher or a quarterback. That's right, buddy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Maybe he plays baseball. We should talk to him.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they're getting ready to tip it off right now as both teams are out on the floor, and the officiating crew are going to be starting here in just a few seconds. You see number 20, McFarland there. He's a sophomore.
That kid is thick.
He played tight end for the football team.
We haven't seen him play yet this season, but I'm interested to see how the football players of Box Elder play on the basketball court. Usually they translate pretty well, but sometimes football players turn into football playing basketball players.
Brenchley, the freshman, with the ball, averaging just shy of 12.5 points per game. And there's a turnover by Mountain Crest. Goes into the back court, and that's the right call, and the Bees will take over. Talking about Brenchley, his dad went to Mountain Crest out here years and years ago.
Back when you were here.
Yeah. Basketball playing family. The Mountain Crest with the early turnover. There's Shad Watson. McFarland cleans up on the boards, can't finish. Was getting a hand on it.
It was Huff.
You're correct. Watson guns again. This one's short. Rebounded by Diedrichson, and Diedrichson can't get it to fall. Finally, it's Brenchley that comes up with it.
Well, it's one of the things that Coach McKee was concerned about was the length of Mountain Crest and how tall they are. In spite of being young, they grow them tall in the south end of Cache Valley.
Brenchley finishes. And the Mustangs with the early 2-0 lead. Down low, looking for Diedrichson, up and under move, won't go, and Huff with the rebound. Quickly to the hole is Gage Ferguson. He has it stripped away. Here come the Bees. Sever to Watson. Watson will go to the line. The shot won't go, and Huff picks up his first foul. Now, Huff thought he was there, Lee, but I think he was quite a ways under that basket.
Yeah, I didn't turn my head in time to see if it established position yet, but I think it was a pretty good call. And just about, this is a tough call to make. Yeah, he's definitely moving. That's a good call. Tough call to make, but if you err on the side of the block, it almost always works out for you over your official.
Where he ended up on the floor, it looked like maybe he was standing under the basket a little further, but he was out near the block. But you're right, he was still in the air when he slid under him. Watson makes both. We're tied at 2 in the early going here in Hiram. Schenk uses the screen from big Tanner Kirby, and Kirby gets rung up for his first foul, second team foul on the Mustangs, and another turnover for Mountain Crest.
Tanner Kirby, a big kid, 6'7" junior. We talked about it before the game, you and I did. Only 4 seniors on the whole Mountain Crest roster.
And 2 of them start, Schenk and Ferguson. McFarland looking low to Watson. Watson, baseline jumper, good. 19 points per game, the average for Shad Watson.
And I've seen Shad Watson for 4 years now as a starter for Box Elder, and very gifted athlete.
He's been about the same height for 4 years, but those shoulders keep getting wider, and meteor, don't they?
Yeah, he's thickened up a lot.
He's a heck of an athlete. Ferguson looking to Kirby, and Kirby finishes.
Boy, and Kirby, good body control there, but he's a little out of position. Lucky to make that shot. He's got to get better position, a little closer to the rim, so he's not so deep underneath the backboard.
McFarland fires for three. He's a big body, but he's got range. Didrikson has it taken away by Huff, who finds Brenchley. Ferguson to Shank. Shank looks down in. And in that short corner, he's trapped. And it ends up being a foul on Meekum. He's a sophomore for Box Elder. Jerem Meekum and McFarland, both sophomores. Didrikson, a junior. And then Watson and Sever are seniors. First team foul on Box Elder. Huff spins in as the defender falls down.
When Sever flops there trying to draw a foul. But Huff, no whistle, goes straight to the hole.
Watson pulls up, free throw line jumper. Watson with 6 points. We're tied at 6. Ferguson coming off an injury at football season. At full strength now. Down low. Huff out to Shank. And now Brenchley looking into Kirby. Kirby wants it. Instead, they reverse it. Here's Huff again, and Sever's got his hands full with Huff.
Picked up his second.
Personal foul call number 4, Jeff Seaver of the Bees.
That's his first. The first one was on Meekum, 14.
Oh yeah, 14, not 4.
Tied at 6 with 4:37 to play in the first period. Box Elder visiting Mountain Crest. Eric Olson here along with Lee Vaughn and a cast of hundreds. Huff high post looking for a cutter. Now backside, Watson with a steal. Third turnover for the Mustangs. And the freshman with the block, and then Watson picks up a foul. He's not old enough to shave, and he's swatting one of the best basketball players in the region. Check it out.
Boy, that was a great play and great recovery, and he elevates. And Watson had an easy, too, after picking that ball up. Huff left it out there like a sandwich for a starving man, and he just goes to put that up, and Brenchley does a great job getting back.
They called McFarland for the foul, so Darius McFarland picks up his first, and now it's 3 team fouls on the Bees. We're tied at 6 with 4:16 to play here in the first period. Into the ball game for Mountain Crest comes Caden Bookmiller.
Going to get 5-second call. Oof, that was close.
They reverse it. Huff straddling the three-point line, won't go. Bookmiller tracks it down. Shank shut off baseline. He still muscles his way past Tanner Hennessy and into a foul for Hennessy. So both coaches go to their bench. And we're still stuck on 6. Kirby kicks it back out to Huff. Kirby needs to get out of the paint. He never does. No whistle, and Huff.
Well, Sever
with the
lucky to
bucket.
get it without a foul there and a push off.
McFarland uses the screen, turns in, nifty move by McFarland, and one for the big sophomore.
Well, that's a nice move to draw that contact and get a foul off of Huff.
Personal foul called on John Huff. His second.
That's his second for Huff. Watch the move here. Picks up the screen, spins in, up and under.
Well, see, in looking for that contact, he jumps back into Huff, who's coming towards him a little bit. That's a great, smart play.
So Ferguson comes back off the bench, and Huff will take a seat. as McFarland finishes the three-point play, and it's a 9-8 lead for Box Elder. Bookmiller looked like he was the last one to touch it, but they gave it back to Mountain Crest, I think, instead of calling a foul on McFarland.
Yeah. McFarland looked like he was busted. He had that look on his face, talking to the official. He's like, all right, give him the ball back.
Oh, this one goes off cannon shank and out of bounds. That's 4 turnovers for Mountain Crest.
Well, and one thing the freshman point guard's got to learn right there, that was really tough spacing for how hard that pass was. Shank wasn't ready for it, obviously, and it glanced off of his hand out of bounds.
Watson goes high off the glass, can't get it to drop, but Didrikson earns a trip to the line. Spencer Coombs set to check in
On Kirby.
for the Mustangs. Tanner Kirby just picked up his second.
That is a lot of fouls in this quarter already, 4 on each team.
Which, no matter what kind of math you're using, equals 8.
Number 5, Spencer Coombs. And number 10, Kyle Nethercott.
Didrikson hits his first. Kai Nethercott in for the Mustangs as well. Didrikson hits them both. So the lead now 3 at 11-8 for Box Elder. On a little bit of a 5-2 run here are the Bees. Neither team is connected from long range yet. In fact, only one three-pointer's been attempted, and that was by McFarland for Box Elder. Jumper by Brenchley. He's got it.
That's a nice shot. Shad Watson goes by him trying to get the steal. You got to take that opening and go to the elbow and take that shot, and that's exactly what Brenchley does.
I was listening to a story from some people associated with the program about how Brenchley went to the Chris Paul guard camp this last summer. Only kid from Utah to go to that camp. He's 6'3". And we're at 1:40 to play in the first period in a 1-point game. Box Elder with the lead. Didrikson knocks it out of bounds.
Substitution for the Bees, number 4, Jeff Seaver.
Sever comes back in for Didrikson. Bookmiller looking. And somehow the Mustangs end up with the basketball.
Nethercott gets on the floor to pick it up.
They've had trouble getting it inbounds a couple of times, haven't they, Lee?
Yeah. Box Elder, a very physical team.
Gage Ferguson in three-point land. Looks inside, nobody there. Mountain Crest being very patient. Ferguson in trouble, gives it up. 5th turnover for the Mustangs. Watson misses. He had to fake as Bookmiller went running by. Ferguson's going to take it all the way in, then kick it back out. Coombs loses it. Now on the floor.
Jump ball.
The jump ball goes to Box Elder. That's going to be another turnover for Mountain Crest. 6 in the quarter.
Box Elder's changed up their defense to a rotating zone. They're really packing it in tight, sitting in the key, and daring Mountain Crest to shoot from the outside.
Number 33, John Huff.
Huff comes back in the game, and Ferguson will sit. Huff had 2 fouls. He was playing well early. Had 4 points. And now we're under a minute to play. A 1-point game. Box Elder with the lead and the ball. Hennessy down to Sever. Sever turns in, misses, rebounded by Huff. Brenchley crosses midcourt with 28 ticks on the clock. 11-10, Box Elder with the early lead.
Mountain Crest really needs a good shot here at the end of the quarter. Take some momentum. going into the second quarter.
Brenchley gets stuck on that baseline, kicks it out to Coombs. He'll hand back to Brenchley. 8 seconds. He'll set a screen for Brenchley. He'll go all the way to the bucket and one for the freshman.
Basket by Jackson Brenchley. Personal foul call on number 4, Jeff Seaver of the Bees.
Kid's a real deal.
And checking in for the Bees, number 33.
You hear about a freshman who's leading the team in scoring, and you wonder if everybody else is not so good. But they're just as good, and he's playing great.
Jalen Teeve comes in for Mountain Crest, number 3. 3 seconds on the clock. Brenchley goes to the line. He takes 6 points with him as he and Watson are dueling it out right now. Watson with 6, Brenchley with 6. Brenchley misses that one. McFarland with the board. And Meekum's long shot falls short, and that's the end of the first period. Mountain Crest with the 1-point lead at 12-11 over Box Elder.
Salt Lake Express and the airport shuttle have merged and become one.
So we still have doorstep service, and it's about the same price as it was before. Our focus now is to try to provide as many opportunities for people who need to have the ability to get to and from Salt Lake when they want. They don't want to wait at the airport for 2 hours. They also don't want to be driving around the valley when they get here.
And you bring us to a location that leaves on time.
We'll have another vehicle take you here to save time comfortably, and that main vehicle goes 12 times a day on schedule, both leaving the valley and coming back.
12-11 as Mountain Crest takes that 1-point advantage into the second period. Eric Olson, along with Lee Vaughn. Icon Health and Fitness is one of our sponsors. Icon's one of the world's largest developers, manufacturers, and marketers of fitness equipment. They've got brands that include Nordic Track, Proform, Weider, Reebok, Gold's Gym, and Health Rider, to name a few. That's Icon Health and Fitness.
I've got one of their fantastic treadmills in my basement.
Yeah?
I walked this morning for 40 minutes and did 1,800 vertical feet. Man.
Wow. I walked this morning for 40 minutes from my bedroom to my fridge to find some milk for the cereal. Wondered for a while in that first period if either team was ever going to get to double digits, as they were both stuck on 6 for a long time. And then the last couple of minutes, they went on a little bit of a scoring binge. Mountain Crest outscored Box Elder 4-0 down the stretch of that first period to take that 12-11 lead. 6 points for the freshman point guard, Brenchley. Here's Shank running into Shad Watson. And it looks like Shad Watson is going to get called for the infraction.
Call the number 1, Shad Watson, his first for the Bees.
Mountain Crest real patient, working around the outside, see an opening, and that's a good run at the basket, and Watson does all he can to get over there and block it, but that's a good call.
5th team foul on Box Elder, Mountain Crest with 4. In they go to Huff. Huff turns on Didrikson and scores.
Boy, Huff had that in the air before he even looked at the basket.
6 points for Huff. Mountain Crest with the 3-point lead at 14-11. Nethercott getting set to check in for the Mustangs. The next whistle. McFarland looks low, instead goes out front to Watson. 3-ball, won't go. Didrikson will pick up the rebound foul as he was over the back.
Call it number 33, Daniel Didrikson of the Bees. That is their 7th.
Well, Mountain Crest came out very emotional in that first quarter, and they scored a lot of buckets off that. Looks like we're in 1-1 already in this second quarter. Box Elder did a great job pulling it back and getting back in the game and really riding that emotional wave from the home team. But Mountain Crest made some good adjustments now to get back to a 3-point lead. Mostly, I think the backcourt of Mountain Crest has calmed down a little bit. Got rid of that adrenaline.
Huff makes the first. John Huff, 6'4" junior.
Number 13, Hayden Buckmiller.
Buckmiller comes in for the Mustangs, and Huff misses the second. Huff shuts off Hennessy, who finds Watson. Watson working on Buckmiller. Watson had it going early. He missed his first two, then hit a couple, and now he's missed his last three.
Boy, a good idea. Quick pass to McFarland underneath, but good defense by Mountain Crest to get there and break it up.
A turnover for Box Elder, and inside, Gage Ferguson makes him pay. Timeout, Box Elder, as Mountain Crest opens a 17-11 lead with 6:02 to play in the first half. Mountain Crest being patient offensively, finding the opening and doing a good job of finishing the play.
Boy, and Coach McKee, as McFarland comes off the floor, he's giving him the, hey man, what's up? Look, you need to play defense down there, and that's really what they're probably talking about, is that defense on the baseline. You can see it right here. McFarland just gets left in the dirt. Ferguson goes right around him for an easy two. I mean, you got to contest that baseline shot a little more than McFarland did. He does have one foul.
Yeah.
You know, so what? You're in the second quarter. Play hard.
Cache Valley Hospital, one of our sponsors. Cache Valley Hospital is a patient-friendly healthcare choice for our community. Since opening in 2000, they have competent personal care with the latest medical technology, and that's been their standard. At Cache Valley Hospital, your care is our specialty. And hey, let's not forget about the Salt Lake Express. Look, it gets to be wintertime in Cache Valley. You got to go catch a flight. You don't know if you want to go through the snowy canyon and then park your car and then all that stuff.
That's what I was going to say.
Ride the shuttle.
The worst part is parking.
That's terrible. And if you've ever had to travel with your job, and you know how that is, personal door-to-door pickup and drop-off service to and from the Salt Lake City Airport every hour from the Salt Lake Express, or try their economic service from convenient Cache Valley locations. That's the Salt Lake Express. So Watson had 6 points early, and he's gone cold since. McFarland muscles his way in. And it's rebounded out of there by Nethercott. Here come the Mustangs the other way. Box Elder's just gone ice cold from the field. Box Elder on a little bit of a winning streak coming in here tonight, Lee.
3 games.
Ferguson kicks it out to Shank. Now they go back down inside and force that one a little bit. Another turnover. That's 7. And Meekum finishes at the other end. Meekum finally gets on the board. So Coach Buckmiller can't really be happy about how careless his team's being with the ball. But having said all that, they're up by 6 after that drive by Buckmiller.
Brenchley set to come back in for the Mustangs.
Mountain Crest playing a man defense, and Meekum gets fouled.
So I got to ask you a basketball philosophy.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's true. Do you like the team that plays all in the same shoes, or the team that doesn't? They all go their own way. Take a look at the replay there. You can see everybody at Mountain Crest with orange shoes on and all kinds of different colors for Box Elder. So I'm just wondering what you're thinking.
You know, my answer to that is I don't care. I think it's kind of cool when the team all has the same shoes. It's kind of that's one of those team things, and these high school kids kind of get into that. But I don't really care one way or the other myself. Was it Switzerland? I do not have a strong opinion one way or the other on that one.
I knew that. You're such a politician.
Your graynessness.
Oh,
how did Brenchley find
that's a great pass.
And Buckmiller with 4 points in the quarter. And it's 21-14, Mountain Crest.
Boy, and Boxelder does a great job getting back, so Buckmiller just stops and pops and gets 2 more points for the Mustangs.
Midway through the second period, Meekum kicks it back to McFarland. McFarland across the lane.
Boy, I don't know how that shot went in. He shot it off the heel of his hand, the bottom of his palm, and it still made it in.
5 points for McFarland, the big sophomore. And it's a 5-point Mustang lead. Teeve with the ball. Buckmiller and Ferguson play catch now. It's in Brenchley's hands. Freshman having a good ball game. Shut off by Watson there. Now Buckmiller. Mountain Crest, I don't think they've yet to try a 3-point shot. And that one was touched.
And Meekum was out of bounds.
By Meekum, yeah, and he had a foot on the line. That might be a good thing for Box Elder. They've done a great job defending the inbounds under the basket play. Mountain Crest has turned it over a couple of times on that play. You can see right here, his foot's on the line, he touches the ball. And low they go to Nethercott. Nethercott loses it. Picked up by Watson. 8 turnovers for Mountain Crest, yet they lead in this ball game. Oh, nice look. McFarland has it knocked away and the foul called on Mountain Crest.
Bailed out.
Personal foul call on number 3, Jalen Teeve with the Mustangs.
Jalen Teeve picks up his first, and that's the 6th foul on Mountain Crest, and it's a shooting foul. McFarland goes to the line for the 2nd time tonight.
We didn't quite see the foul there, but now he's at the line for 2.
McFarland's first shot is short.
Checking in for the Bees, number 4, Jeff Seaver.
Sever comes in. I was just about to say Watson hasn't sat down yet tonight, neither is McFarland, and Watson will have a rest. He's gone ice cold from the field, and you wonder if maybe the coach is sitting him down and let him kind of get his head together and then put him back in. McFarland hits the second. You can tell he's played a lot of basketball, though. He's gone ice cold, but some kids will get frustrated and start doing stupid things. Watson hasn't done that. He's played within himself.
Just let the game come to you.
Down low, they look for Nethercott. Nethercott across the lane. Won't go. Ferguson's follow won't go. Nethercott muscles one up and in.
That kid's always had good moves. I saw him a lot when he was in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade and 9th grade, and he's a good ball player.
Coach McKee for Box Elder wanted a rebound foul. He didn't get it. That's a 6-point lead for the Mustangs again, approaching 2 minutes to play in the half. Meekum to McFarland. McFarland muscles up from the left block.
There it is.
McFarland doing a number. He's got 8.
Standing behind the basket on top of the track to please move. All the fans on the track, please move.
Under 2 minutes to play. T finds Ferguson. Ferguson out to Brenchley. Brenchley will set it up. Lee, he's doing a good job of being patient.
Yeah.
This whole Mountain Crest team is doing a good job of being patient. Because we all know that's a hallmark of teenage boys.
Brenchley has a great advantage, too. As a 6'2" freshman, he can see the floor a lot better. There's another foul. Didrikson picks the foul up.
It's Didrikson's second. So Nethercott will go to the line.
Number 33, Daniel Didrikson. His second.
And here's another look.
Shooting for the Mustangs, number 10, Kai.
Yeah, that's an easy call when you get your hand up there.
High arch free throw by Nethercutt. It's good.
Karen Schenk.
1:15 to play here in this second period as Nethercutt misses his second. Box Elders only scored 8 points in the period.
But they're only down by 5. Hanging around.
Severs got the size advantage, takes the bump. They wave off the basket. But Sever will go to the line. That's going to be the 7th team foul on Mountain Crest. Jalen Teeve picks up his second, and Coombs will come in. Take a look right here.
Gets the isolation play on a shorter player. Sever does a good job going up. Nethercutt comes over to help, but too late.
Teeve, he got Teeve leaning to his right, didn't he? And then he spun back left. Nice move there by the 6'3" senior. And he goes to the line. Sever hits them both. It's a 3-point ball game, 24-21. Mountain Crest with the lead and the ball, under a minute to play in the first half. A foul out front as Michael Wiscombe comes into the game, and he's going to send Brenchley to the line.
Michael Wiscombe is first. And checking in for the Bees, number 1, Shad Watson. Shooting for the Mustangs, Jackson Brenchley.
So Wiscombe will sit and Watson will come back on. Brenchley missed his only free throw attempt in the first period. One of the few things he did wrong in this first half.
You know, with 51 seconds to go in this half, only down by 3, if I was Coach McKee, I might keep Watson on the bench for a little bit longer, let him get his head back together.
Ferguson keeps that one alive, but it's finally tracked down by Box Elder. Watson's shot won't go. 35 seconds to play in the half. Brenchley between the circles. Here's another turnover, the 9th for the Mustangs, and a foul as Coombs kind of runs under.
That's actually
Hennessy.
A pretty good foul. Not dirty, just goes after the ball. Makes him miss the shot, puts him on the line with 21 seconds to go. That's only your first foul if you're Coombs, so that's not a bad deal.
9 turnovers for the Mustangs, only 2 unofficially for Box Elder in this half. And Hennessy makes the free throw.
Checking in for the Bees, number 2, Michael Wiscombe.
So Watson sits down again and Wiscombe back in. Situational substitutions. Like you said, you don't want to get Shad Watson a cheap foul late.
Yep.
Hennessy can cut it to 1, and he does. It's a 1-point Mustang lead with 21 ticks on the clock.
You got to be pretty pleased if you're Coach McKee with Box Elder's effort in the second quarter to stay in this game. Now only down by 1.
Ferguson. 4 seconds on the clock. 3, kicks it back out to Brenchley. He's got a fire, and it's short. So we end the half the same way we ended the first period, in a 1-point ball game. Mountain Crest with the slimmest of margins over the Box Elder Bees, 24-23 at the half.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's halftime performances will begin with the cheer mini play.
I got a serious burn on today, bro. Deep down in here. Did you get your burn on?
I guess so.
Bros know when they get their burn on.
Maybe here?
No, bro. Bros know. Burning.
And that's why I don't like gyms. Well, we're not a gym. We're Planet Fitness.
No gym intimidation, no lunks, just $10 a month. We're not a gym. We're Planet Fitness.
Here at Lewiston State Bank, we offer lots of different loan products to meet your needs. We're happy to work with you and hope that you would enjoy working with us.
We had to take out an automobile loan, and so we came into Lewiston State Bank, and she was so good. She worked with me really, really well.
We are proud to have been serving our customers for over 100 years with personalized, friendly service. Please come in and meet your new friends at Lewiston State Bank.
Box Elder at Mountain Crest. Mountain Crest leading at the half on the game of the week, and it's brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Cache Valley Hospital, your choice in healthcare. Salt Lake Express, door-to-door service to and from the Salt Lake Airport every hour. Lewiston State Bank, strong and vibrant for over a century. Immaculate Homes, now your home. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Discount Tire and Automotive, so much more than a tire store. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you've been missing. PR Graphics for all your promotional graphics needs. Planet Fitness, the judgment-free zone, only $10 a month. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station. 24-23 our score at the half. Mountain Crest leading Box Elder. And they have every child in the south end of the valley down there on the floor right now. These junior Mountain Crest cheerleaders, Lee. And
I just scanned the crowd. I don't see any young boys.
You don't see any victims of
an overbearing mother?
Of some misguided mom out there. Of a mom with no girls that's got to have a cheerleader. Oh, I think it's how many years we've been doing this? I've been doing this for 20 plus years, and every year we get a game where they come and do these in football and basketball, and I think it's cute. So,
it's a lot of fun.
So mad.
Hey, I have 3 daughters. Been there.
So do I. Been there and done that, huh? Well, taking a look at this first half, Mountain Crest leading by a point at the half. Shad Watson, one of the leading scorers in the state at 19 points per game. He's got 6 in the first half. He did not score in that second period. He started off, missed his first couple of shots, and then got hot. And then he had trouble finding the range again. Sever with 2, Meekum with 3, Darius McFarland leading the way, the big sophomore with 8. Didrikson with 2, Hennessy with 2. Mountain Crest was led by Huff and Brenchley. Huff with 7, Brenchley with 6, 2 apiece for Ferguson and Kirby. Buckmiller and Nethercott off the bench, and Buckmiller with 4 and Nethercott with 3. Coombs and T have played, and neither one of them scored there in that first half. So that's where we are. You know, PR Graphics has been a sponsor for a while here of the Sports on the Valley channel. It's amazing what they can do. They use these computer programs. You can take a vehicle, you can take a recreational vehicle, 4-wheeler, snowmobile in there, and this is for snowmobiles. They come up with they've got these programs. They help design wraps and logos and everything to put on your vehicle, whether it's a personal vehicle or a personal, snowmobile or 4-wheeler or a motorcycle, or like right here, whether it's a business, they can help you design it, get it ready, and put it on your vehicle. And the process with how they do this is actually quite interesting. And one thing they can do with it, they can sit down with you. You can kind of pick out or talk to them about what you want to do, and then they can show you what it's really going to look like. So they plug in a picture of the vehicle that you have currently and what the wrap would look like. In fact, they took a vehicle from the Valley Channel. It's actually the owner's vehicle, and kind of the neat thing about this is they took a picture that his wife had taken some photos. She's a photographer, and she'd taken a few photos, photos of the valley, some valley scenes, so they can take your own photos and what you bring, and they print them out on these great big vinyl sheets like this. And you look at how good that looks as it comes out of there, and how big it is. You know, there's what they were putting on the roof of the van, and again, you'll see it here in just a minute, but look at the quality of that photo that they've reproduced there on vinyl. And there's the van, so there's the before picture, right? You bring the vehicle in, and then they have to get it ready. So that means they're going and taking off any loose trim, they end up taking the mirrors off and some of the other trim, cleaning the whole thing up so that that vinyl will stick to it nice and flat. They really take their time and a lot of care in preparing it for the wrap, and then pretty soon it's time to throw that wrap on there. And you know, they're going around the door, all the moldings and everything right there. And they work on that, make sure there's no bubbles in that, make sure there's no seams, you know, where there shouldn't be, obviously. And that vinyl wrap that they put on there, it's protected against the UV rays of the sun, so it won't fade. You're fine in all kinds of weather with it. You can run it through the car wash as much as you want. So see, they put the photo on there first, then they put the logo over that, and you can see right over the windows and everything. And there's that side of the vehicle after they put all the trim and everything back on. That's the hood. That, to me, that's the most impressive part. That just looks great. And a nice shot of the Wellsvilles and some of the fields out there on the other side, and on the top is the clouds and everything. And they add their little final touches, and you know, they've got it around the windows and everything, but with those windows, people can't see in the window. Like, there's looking in the window, right? But you can see out. There's a close-up look of what that looks like over the window, and it's all legal and everything. People worry about that. And there's looking back right there, looking back out through the window. So it's almost like having a tinted window. It doesn't affect your vision or anything. But it looks really sharp. I'm telling you, that van, well, you saw it at first, you know, it's just a regular old van, and then they put that wrap on it, and it's just, with all the attention to detail, makes it look like just a brand new vehicle. And they can take that off if your business is changing logos or changing their branding or something. They can take that off and put on a new one for you, and that stuff will come off. They can take that off for you, as well as design and put a new one on. So for your vehicles, for your motorcycles, four-wheelers, snowmobiles, they can help you design it. They can do it all. So our score here at the half is 24-23. As all sorts of kids perform here at the half for the fans. Let's take a break. We'll be back with some coaches' comments as well as another breakdown of that first half. 24-23, Mountain Crest with the lead.
I'm a totally different man. You could do one thing only, incline training is it.
It eliminated that fad. Just get up and walk.
You want to change your life, and you need to step up to the X9 from Nordic Track. What makes the X9 the best calorie burning machine on the planet? Incline. Going up, now you're burning twice the calories. You want more? Take it all the way to 40% incline for 5 times the calorie burn.
The X9 is one of the fastest ways ever to burn calories.
And all you have to do is walk.
Plus, the X9 comes with iFit, powered by Google Maps, so you can work out anywhere.
Burn fat jogging on the beaches of Fiji. Shed pounds hiking the Swiss Alps.
With iFit, the X9 automatically adjusts, so your workout follows the terrain.
You can most definitely shed calories and burn fat.
You can just walk the calories off.
Get this amazing machine for $0 down and free shipping, $150 value.
To order, call 1-800-383-4153 or go online today.
Box Elder visits Mountain Crest on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. And the Game of the Week is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Cache Valley Hospital, your choice in healthcare. Salt Lake Express, door-to-door service to and from the Salt Lake Airport every hour. Lewiston State Bank, strong and vibrant for over a century. Immaculate Homes, now your home. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Discount Tire and Automotive, so much more than a tire store. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you've been missing. VR Graphics for all your promotional graphics needs. Planet Fitness, the judgment-free zone, only $10 a month. A logo shop. We logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station. Well, welcome back to the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. On the floor in front of us, the Mountain Crest Caprioles, the drill team, going through their little performance. Let's take a look and a listen. Well, the Caprioles, the drill team here for Mountain Crest. And in just a moment, we'll be heading down to the sideline and leave on with Coach Graydon Buckmiller. He'll talk to us about the first half. In fact, let's go down there and talk to him right now. Go ahead, Lee.
Coach, unofficially 9 turnovers in the first half of your team, but still a 1-point lead. What did you tell them at halftime?
That we can certainly play better. Turning the basketball over gives the other team extra possessions, and we don't want that, especially in a 1-point game. It's going to cost us down there. So I think we're getting the shots that we want, but it's a matter of not turning the ball over so we can get those shots. We definitely want to be shooting more when we have that possession.
Okay, thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thanks.
Back to you, Eric.
All right, thanks, Lee. You heard it right from the coach, and that's brought to you by Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Are you missing out on the wonderful sounds of life? You have a difficult time understanding friends and family? Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology can bring back what you've been missing. With new hearing technology, Dr. Paul Danes can design a hearing solution that not only gives you better hearing, but hearing that sounds like you want it to. That's at Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, our coach's comment sponsors. All right, we're about 2 minutes away from the start of the second half. Mountain Crest with a 1-point lead at 24-23 over Box Elder. Back with more after this.
$10. It doesn't get you much anymore. A few cups of coffee, a sandwich, half a t-shirt. Well, Planet Fitness is about to change all that. Right now, when you join Planet Fitness, you'll pay just $10 a month. That's right, we're talking just $10. So get more for your money and become a member of Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone.
if you could design an outdoor kitchen at a price you could afford.
With Camp Chef's durable cooking equipment, you can own a custom kitchen that's built to last for years. You can grill, bake, boil, deep fry, and saute right in your own patio or backyard. Transform your Camp Chef into a griddle, barbecue box, or high-output burner in just minutes. Best of all, you can quickly load up your Camp Chef gear and turn your campsite into a gourmet kitchen anywhere. Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors.
Back in Hiram at the campus of Mountain Crest High School, I'm Eric Olson. With me, Lee Vaughn, 24-23. A low-scoring first half, and Mountain Crest holding on to a 1-point lead after one, holding on to a 1-point lead after two.
Well, it's a great game back and forth, and like we talked to Coach Buckmiller at the half, can't turn the ball over. You get better shots when you're not turning the ball over. You're not being pressured like that. You got to run your offense better, and really, Box Elder lucky that because of those turnovers they're in this game, because they've really gone cold.
Well, that's it. Mountain Crest, you know Shad Watson's not going to stay under wraps forever. He's got 6 points. He averages 19. So if Mountain Crest wants to withstand probably what's going to be coming at him in the second half, they can kind of offset that by taking better care of the basketball, and then that may give them a chance to win down the stretch as they hold on to that 1-point lead right now. McFarland with 8 in that first half for Box Elder. Rebound by Meekum. Meekum's shot won't go, and Sever, who missed the first one, kicks it back out to McFarland. He's short, and Ferguson goes down, and he said Sever hauled him down, but it's Ferguson getting the foul.
Personal foul called on number 23, Paige Ferguson, his first.
That's the first for Ferguson.
Well, I didn't see it till bodies were on the floor, so I don't know exactly what happened there, but it is possible. Sever is a cagey, wily senior veteran.
Mountain Crest has had a week off lately. They did not play Wednesday night.
So they're thinking about their last game, which was a loss to Bonneville, all week long.
But Box Elder, they played Wednesday night. Maybe that's why they're leaving a few shots short, but come on, we're talking about 16, 17-year-old kids here.
They never get tired.
No.
Until it's time to get up in the morning.
They're only tired in the morning, which is why they don't play these games in the morning. Shank scoreless in this game, and Mountain Crest, they're just going to slow this game down. Kirby misses from point blank. Huff chases it down and is taken away by Meekum. McFarland underneath to Diedrichson. Diedrichson with Kirby leaning on him, can't finish, and Huff finds Brenchley. Brenchley runs right over a defender and draws the foul, and Meekum can't believe it.
Well, that's a good call. Meekum never really got position. It was kind of running with him.
Personal foul call on number 14.
Finally just decided to step on the brakes in time for a block.
Jared Meekum, his second.
Meekum averages 9 a game. He's got 3 tonight. He really hasn't looked to shoot much, Lee.
No, not really. He's played great defense. There's a lot of the intangible stuff that doesn't go on a stat sheet that he has been doing.
Shooting for the Mustangs.
Not shooting.
Jackson Brenchley.
Brenchley makes his first free throw of the night. Now, I haven't seen him all season, so I don't know if free throws have been a problem for him, but he missed his first 2 attempts. Now he's hit his last 2.
Now he's up to Shaq percentages.
50?
50.
50. Ferguson and Watson goes at him. Free throw line jumper is short and it goes out of bounds. Mountain Crest regains possession.
I think that was off McFarland because it looked like Kirby tipped it, and if McFarland would just let it go, it would have been Box Elder's ball.
That's only the 3rd turnover for Box Elder.
Box Elder does a great job on that hedge play. You saw Sever come out a second ago and stop the progress of the ball.
Brenchley pulls up, bumped as he releases, no call, and Ferguson trying to clean up. Shank has it knocked away. And here come the Bees. McFarland. Little push shot, won't go. Rebound fought for Huff and McFarland, and we've got a foul out front, but they call a jump ball underneath. And so the official out front is going to come in and call the foul.
Well, and that's the right call. The officials working together. He's got a better shot of it. The only thing the backside official can see is a tie-up. But before the tie-up happens, the foul is on McFarland, I do believe.
It was on McFarland, his second. Second team foul on Box Elder. Lewiston State Bank has been serving individuals and businesses for over 100 years in Cache Valley. They've got locations in North Logan, Lewiston, Preston, Idaho, of course, and check out their new location at 3rd South and Main in Logan. Don't forget about mortgages and home equity loans at Lewiston State Bank.
You know what else you shouldn't forget about?
What's that?
Pizza.
Pizza, like pizza from Pier 49.
Exactly.
Every game, we get a pile of pizzas from Pier 49 Pizzas, all different flavors, all different varieties. Some pizzas I did not know they had the combination of, and they're all good. Now look, 2 greasy, pudgy thumbs up from me.
That's right.
But don't just take it from me, who will clearly eat anything. Leave on a little bit more health conscious, and I can't keep him out of those pizzas.
It is delicious.
And
really, the secret is what? It's the crust.
Oh, I think it's the cheese.
Well, the crust is fantastic.
Pier 49 Pizza, fall in love with pizza again. The 10th turnover. Excuse me, the 11th for Mountain Crest. Chance to extend that lead, and they can't do it. Watson, 3. Rims out of there. Kirby rips down the board.
And it looks like Watson's really rushing his shot to try and beat the defenders to the spot.
Ferguson goes down, and they call a charge. It was
Ferguson.
McFarland that went down. They called Ferguson for the charge, his second.
And Ferguson got out of control. He was up in the air, tried to dish it, but too late. He'd already made contact with the defender, and that's a good call.
Bookmiller comes in, and Ferguson sits down. Somebody needs to sit down. Huff's going to sit down. But you talked about football players that play basketball like football.
Ferguson's one of them.
Right there, you could tell he was a running back and a linebacker. Now they're going to double Watson. He finds Sever underneath, kicks it out to McFarland. The jumper good.
Boy, and if you're Coach McKee, that's exactly what you want from McFarland. They double your best shooter. They get the ball to him, and you got to make him pay for that double team.
We're nearly halfway through the third period. That was the first bucket by Box Elder. Mountain Crest has yet to connect on a field goal. They've got 2 free throws by Brenchley. Brenchley had 6 at the half. He's got 8 now. Ferguson down low from the high post, enters it into Tanner Kirby. He misses the first and finishes on the second. Tanner Kirby, 6'7", going to work on the block.
Really lucky to get that ball back. He should have put that one down. You're 6'7". Be a little more aggressive and get up in the air on that one right there. He just kind of lays it up against a much shorter player than Sever. Ball comes back to him, puts it back.
Sever just picked up his 3rd. So there's your first player in foul trouble, and Kirby with the high release gets the 3-point play. Kirby, the second leading scorer on this team. Well, actually, he's tied for leading scorer with Brenchley at 12.5 a game. Here comes that double on Watson. He finds Diedrichsen. Diedrichsen misses. Sever fouled.
Boy, and Watson's doing exactly what he has to do in that double team. He's finding the open man. You know, if you can't get your shot to go, you got to do what it takes to get your team to win, and he's doing it right now.
That's on Carson Shank, who picks up his second. Sever shot rims out. Sever hit 2 free throws in the second period for his only 2 points. It's a 4-point lead for the Mustangs with 3:45 to play in the third. Sever with 1 more. He misses both. Rebound fought for. McFarland tips it. Brenchley hits it. Nobody saw where it went. They're going to have to call a jump ball,
Yep.
and that's Mustang basketball.
Yeah, everybody pointing in opposite directions. The officials do the right thing, call a jump ball.
So Sever misses them both.
Coach McKee still has a full head of hair. Any more of those free throw misses like that, he might not by the end of the game.
Well, they've made far more than they've missed of the Bees. Coombs out to Buckmiller. His three. Got it! First triple of the game for either team.
Boy, and Buckmiller with a great release. He didn't even bring it down. The pass hit him high. He didn't drop it at all. Just let that ball rip.
7 for Buckmiller, and it's a 7-point lead for the Mustangs. 3 minutes to play in the third. Watson tries to answer. Won't go. Kirby with the board. Buckmiller, he doesn't have numbers. He's going to take it anyway. And it ends up being a turnover. Buckmiller loses it. McFarland gets it back and then steps on the end line.
You can feel the momentum from the Mountain Crest team. They're very young. They're starting to feel like we can play with Box Elder. That's a good team. They've won 8 games on the season. You can see their confidence growing with each possession.
Kirby swings the hook. It won't go. And the Bees with a chance to cut into the Mustang lead. Watson finds Diedrichsen. Diedrichsen will go to the line.
Personal foul called on number 32, Tanner Kirby, his third.
15 free throws so far in this game by Box Elder. This will be number 16 and 17. They're 11 of 15 from the line. Now 12 of 16.
Second in for the Mustangs, number 10, Kai Miller.
9 free throws for Mountain Crest, and they're 6 of 9.
Kirby out, never caught in.
Kirby's played hard to establish himself here in this second half. Free throws no good by Diedrichsen as he hit one. Baseline goes Buckmiller. Buckmiller with 5 points here in the second half, 9 on the game.
Boy, and Watson always pushing off.
Yeah. Diedrichsen blocked, and they call a foul. Brenchley got his second block of the game, but they're going to call a foul.
Oh, that's...
and it's the official out front that calls it. Brenchley didn't like it, and you thought it looked clean
no,
too.
I mean, look at his position. The topside official makes this call. That's almost impossible to see from that angle. He calls a body push. That's a clean block. They've done a great job in this game. But
I'm wondering if he was calling the elbow in the body.
Everybody misses one. If they were calling the elbow in the body, Shad Watson would not be playing anymore because he's doing that all day.
That's how he's clearing himself a little space.
McFarland does a little bit of it too.
Diedrichsen makes the first. Misses the second, and Huff collects the carom. 2 minutes to play in the third. Mountain Crest hanging on to a 7-point lead. Nethercott loses it and gets it back. Here's Brenchley. There's Buckmiller. He's had the hot hand. He's got 5 points in the half, 9 in the game. Combs with a little pass into Nethercott. Yeah, a lot of traffic there, and that one just never came up. Passing it to a big man. You got to get it up.
Yeah, when a kid's 6'5", you can't put it on his shoelaces.
13 turnovers now for the Mustangs. McFarland back in. Sever will sit. .90 seconds left in the third. 34-27 Mountain Crest. Watson. He just can't get free, but he's finding his teammates like he did right there, Diedrichsen. And it's 34-29 Mountain Crest. Brenchley can't turn the corner as Watson shuts the gate. Brenchley looks in, it's Huff working against Didrikson. Huff powers it up, rolls out of there, and McFarland collects the board. Watson, 6 points on the game. That one's short. He's been short with his shot all night, Lee, and another foul.
Well, he was so deep, he had to basically throw that ball at the rim, and it was flat.
Brenchley just picked up his second, and if it wasn't for free throws, Box Elder would be down by double digits in this ballgame. They've shot 8 free throws here in the third. Mika makes the first, but Box Elder, disconcertingly, I'm sure for them, if those 8 free throws that they've taken, they've only hit 3 with a 4th pending here. If Mika makes this one, they'll be 4 of 8. And he misses it, so they're 3 of 8. So the Bees not helping themselves out from the line. It's still only a 4-point deficit for Box Elder. Wow, oh, nice move by Buck Miller. Buck Miller making a push for player of the game. He has 11 points. And he's helped Mountain Crest open up a lead here in the third. Watson has it swatted away. Ball out of bounds. No, tied up in a timeout called by Box Elder.
Well, I've been really impressed with Buck Miller as well as Brenchley.
Yeah.
Played a great game. And we have 2 things to give our player of the game this week. Not only a coupon to clean the sink at Angie's, but a coupon for a quarter-pound cheeseburger at Wendy's. You could get them both at once.
There's the block there by Buck Miller, and we don't congratulate our Wendy's athletes of the week. Each and every week, Wendy's names athletes of the week. They get some, they get a little recognition for that, for what they do.
Wendy's a great supporter along with other sponsors of high school sports. And who doesn't want a free quarter-pound cheeseburger?
Only a crazy person. Two field goals for Box Elder here in this third period. The rest have been from the free throw line. Buck Miller, here's a steal out front at the buzzer, no. It wouldn't have gone anyway, but Coombs with the steal and the shot, and Mountain Crest opens up a 6-point lead heading into the fourth quarter.
$10. It doesn't get you much anymore. A few cups of coffee, a sandwich, half a t-shirt. Well, Planet Fitness is about to change all that. Right now, when you join Planet Fitness, you'll pay just $10 a month. That's right, we're talking just $10. So get more for your money and become a member of Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone.
Flatbread from Wendy's? Gotta share this with my web friends.
I'd rather share it with my taste buds.
Introducing Wendy's Flatbread Grilled Chicken. Warm flatbread sandwiches in 2 bold new tastes.
Now that's better.
Well, we're back to start the final 8 minutes of this ball game after 3 quarters. Mountain Crest leads 36-30. They've led at the end of one by 1. 12-11. They led at the half, 24-23, and they lead now 36-30. Mountain Crest, the model of consistency tonight, 12 points each quarter. And Box Elder only scoring 7 in that third period. Mountain Crest done a good job, Lee, of bottling up Shad Watson. McFarland, 3. Sweet.
Well, and you can tell that that's Coach Buck Miller's strategy. If you can stop Shad Watson and make somebody else beat you, that's really all you can do, and so far it's working out.
McFarland with 13. He leads all scorers. Told you he's a big kid, but he's got range. Huff fouled. And they're going to say it's a shooting foul.
Meekum.
Personal foul call on number 14, Jerem Meekum, his third.
Jerem Meekum just picked up his third. That's the fourth team foul for Box Elder. You take a look here at the foul.
That's a pretty easy call right in front of the official, and definitely a shooting foul.
Huff misses the first free throw. Huff had 7 points in the first half. He hasn't scored here in the second. Makes the second. 8 points for Huff, and it's a 4-point lead for the Mustangs. Mountain Crest with 4 turnovers in that third period. Box Elder still with only 5 on the game. Meekum, he can shoot the 3. He hasn't tonight. Now they bring him off a curl. Baseline, leans in, misses. Rebounded by Huff. Shanks got a free run to the basket. He pulls up and misses. Rebounded by Huff. McFarland knocks it away. And Box Elder comes up with it.
That was a travel.
Watson, 3. No good. Rebounded by Sever. His shot short. And a foul called on Ferguson as he was reaching in, trying to dig it out of there.
When you're on the ground and you roll with the ball to your back, it's a travel call. If you're on your stomach, you can go the whole length of the floor on your stomach, but you can't roll with it.
It was just before that. It was just before that we saw that happen.
We can feel the intensity of Box Elder's ratcheting up here as they're really forcing the issue, trying to get a good shot on the basket. Finally, they draw a foul and send Sever to the line.
Sever hits the free throw. Box Elder's in the bonus. Here's a look at what you're talking about. There's McFarland.
See that roll
with it.
right? As soon as you do that, that's a travel.
He rolls all the way over.
Yep.
Sever hits them both. And again, free throws, keeping Box Elder within striking distance. 17 fouls on Mountain Crest. Box Elder with 4. 6:14 to play in the ball game. Brenchley finds Huff. Huff in double figures with 10. Watson bowls his way in. He'll go to the line for a chance to complete a 3-point play. His first point since the first period.
Well, right now, Mountain Crest and Coach Buckmiller have got to weather this storm that Box Elder's really pushing hard, and you can see it here in Shad Watson and his going to the basket. He's not going to be denied.
That foul was on Huff. That's his third, and Watson with 9 points as he completes the 3-point play. It's a 1-point ball game. Mountain Crest with the lead. We talked about how young the Mustangs are. See if they can finish. Huff wants the 3. Won't go. Kirby's back into the ball game. He had a nice early portion of the third quarter, hitting the boards. Watson, 3. Won't go. Rebound Huff. And Buckmiller, who has 11 points to lead the Mustangs, into the front court with it. Down low to Huff. Huff turns in.
Boy, and that's a good look. Create a little bit of space there and then step off for some separation.
Huff with 12. Back up to a 3-point lead. McFarland can't tie it. Diedrichsen with the board. And he scores.
Where the defender falls down, Diedrichsen takes advantage of it and goes right to the hole. Smart play.
Diedrichsen with 8. 41-40 Mountain Crest. Plenty of time, 4:35 to play in this one, and Coach Buckmiller wants a timeout. Each team has hit 1 3-pointer in this game. Buckmiller had one in the third. McFarland hit one to start things off here in the fourth. other than that, it's been a grind it out, pound it down kind of ball game, Lee.
Yes, it has. Great defense by both teams, and it's been very physical.
Discount Tire and Automotive is so much more than a tire store. Belts, hoses, batteries, we do that. Alignments, brakes, shocks, struts, suspension, air conditioning service, check engine light, preventative maintenance, full service oil change. Yeah, we do that at Discount Tire.
Did you just say boats and hose?
I said belts and hoses.
Oh, belts and hoses. Thank you. It's a little loud in here. I have a hard time hearing.
So we got the band about 4 inches
Yes.
away from us. It's actually a nice little atmosphere to hear tonight at Mountain Crest. The Logo Shop, it's just like our name says, we logo stuff. The Logo Shop can provide you with a vast assortment of quality product choices at prices that are competitive in all 50 states. We give you an effective and practical solution for promoting your business, club, or group at the Logo Shop. And you know, you're watching the game on the Valley Channel. We've been broadcasting to Cache Valley families since 1989. We're broadcast to homes throughout Cache County free on over-the-air TV and on basic Comcast cable channel 17. Our ad rates are low and our service and customer satisfaction is high. Our programming is all about the people, events, organizations, businesses, and activities that make Cache Valley our home. And you can watch our games streaming. Go to our Facebook page and click on the link to watch the game of the week streaming online. We were doing high school sports before doing high school sports was cool.
That's right. It was always cool. Everybody just figured it out.
Oh, okay. Brenchley
my
leans
gosh.
in and one for the freshman. Big shot for Jackson Brenchley.
Please tell me have that on the replay. Look at Brenchley's got nothing here. They've got him boxed in. Makes a move. You think he's done for the night. Oh, nope. I'm going to lean in and have a 9-foot layup.
Brenchley's done pretty much everything well tonight except for what he's doing right now. He's had trouble from the free throw line.
50%?
Yes. And he misses that one. Mountain Crest chasing the rebound down.
When they call it out of bounds on Mountain Crest.
Called it out of bounds on Ferguson. Ferguson the last to touch it. So if there's one thing Brenchley hasn't really mastered, at least tonight, that's the free throw. He's 2 for 5. Watson, three-pointer. Short, been short all night, but McFarland there to clean it up. He'll go to the line. That one's on Huff. Huff with his fourth.
Yeah.
His fourth. Shooting for the Bees, Darius McFarland.
McFarland hits. McFarland 3 out of 4 from the line. He's got 14 points to lead all scorers. Huff has 12 from Mountain Crest. Brenchley with 10. McFarland hits both. Up to a 1-point ball game. 43-42. Coming right down to the wire here in Hiram. Coombs hits his man Huff, and Huff, excuse me, that was Buckmiller, leaves it short. Nice look, nice play. And Buckmiller up and under. Not quite enough English on it. Watson goes. Box Elder takes the lead.
I think that's the first time since the first quarter they've had the lead.
11 for Watson. .245 to play in the game. 1-point Box Elder lead. Tanner Kirby wanted the ball down low and they didn't give it to him. Coombs spins in. He's in trouble. Misses.
Boy, Kirby wants the ball, he should go get the rebound, not stand there and watch.
He was calling for it earlier. They didn't get it into him. And now Box Elder with a chance to extend their lead. Watson finds McFarland. McFarland's shot swatted and a late whistle.
Personal foul call on number 32, Tanner Kirby, his fourth.
Kirby just picked up his fourth. And the Mountain Crest fans love that because it came from the official standing right in front of the Box Elder bench.
Whoa, swing and a miss.
Coach Buckmiller spent that whole time talking to that official, and McFarland misses.
Well, the young team's got to rally now. They're only down by 1 point still with the free throw pending from Box Elder.
4 out of 6 on the night from the line is McFarland. That includes that miss. He hits 1 of 2.
Well, I'm going to go down there, and if all things work out like the home team wants, and I think Brenchley will be our player of the game. We'll see how it goes.
It's your call, buddy. Down low they go to Kirby. Now they get it back into the big man. Turns in, scores! Ties it up. Seven points for Kirby. They double Watson. He gets into the lane, loses it out of bounds. And they say it goes off of a Mustang. Box Elder basketball. And they'll trigger underneath their own basket with 1:33 to play in the ball game. Box Elder takes a timeout. They want to draw up a play. Take a look right here. Watson gets out of that double team. And it gets away from him, and Box Elder gets a break. Or actually Mountain Crest gets a break because Watson had turned the corner and he was right at the rim. Raucous student body in Hiram tonight. There's been a little bit of a revival in student interest in basketball in Cache Valley. If you ask me, I've been doing these games for 20 plus years. And there was a time not long ago, you could go to any of the 3 schools and they had decent programs, but there just wasn't a huge student turnout. They weren't into it like they have been the last 3 or 4 years. Not sure what swung that pendulum back the other way, but it's a welcome change back to that fun atmosphere that you expect in these prep games. McFarland's free underneath. They get it to him. He connects. Darius McFarland with 18 to lead all scorers, the sophomore. Two-point lead for Box Elder. Mountain Crest has led this thing almost from start to finish. Mountain Crest needs a timeout. As Brenchley was stuck. Coach Buckmiller calls a 30-second timeout. McFarland, the sophomore, though, has just eaten the Mustangs alive. And look, this has got to be somebody messed up here because he is free underneath the basket. He put the ball on the floor, so it gave Huff time to get over, but it didn't matter. As he scores, he's got 18 points. McFarland, 6'2". He's been a big kid for a long time. I've helped coach an AAU team for the last 3 or 4 years, and we've played against McFarland and Meekum and some of these other Box Elder sophomores, and McFarland always been a great player, and I'll tell you what, he's an outstanding baseball player as well. Three-sport athlete. 1 minute to play. The Mustangs looking to tie it up or take the lead. Buckmiller down low to Kirby. Kirby goes to work and a foul on Diedrichsen. Diedrichsen picks up his third. That's only the 6th team foul on Box Elder.
His third.
Mountain Crest over the limit. 10 team fouls on Mountain Crest. So it's 2 free throws the rest of the way for the Bees. 6 free throws this entire half for Mountain Crest. 15 free throws for Box Elder, as they've been aggressive going to the basket. Buckmiller into Kirby. Tanner Kirby's shot won't go, and he'll go to the line. Diedrichsen just picked up his 4th.
Number 33, Daniel Diedrichsen, his 4th.
Diedrichsen's 6'5". Kirby is 6'7". Kirby looks like he outweighs Diedrichsen by about 30 pounds. Kirby from the line tonight, 1 of 1.
Checking in for the Mustangs, Shank.
Shank back into the ball game. Huff takes a seat. Kirby misses the second. Sever with the rebound. Big miss by the Mustangs. We're under a minute to play. Mount Crest doesn't have to foul. They can go for a steal. But if they get down under about 30 seconds, they may want to think about the foul. But it's 2 shots the rest of the way. And Meekum will go to the line as Shank fouls him. Shank's third. Meekum is 2 of 4 from the free throw line. He has not attempted a free throw here in this 4th quarter. Box Elder's not even going to put guys on the line. Meekum hits the first. Meekum looking to make it a 3-point lead, and he does. Mountain Crest needs a 3-pointer to tie. Brenchley tripped, and they call a travel. They call a travel. And Mountain Crest not happy about it. The official on top of the play was going to call a foul. The official on the other side calls a travel. Let's see. Watson looks like he may have stuck his leg out a little bit. And we're on the opposite side from where the official called the travel. We had a better look at it. So Meekum will go to the line again as he's fouled. Mountain Crest has to foul. 20 seconds to play in a 3-point Box Elder lead. Mountain Crest led this thing until midway through the 4th period. And free throws kept the Bees alive. "13 field goals the entire game for Box Elder. They've scored 27 of their 50 from the field. So that means they have 23, now 24 points from the free throw line. Timeout Mountain Crest with 17 seconds left as Box Elder has gone to the line a lot tonight, and they have taken advantage of that. And they've built a 5-point lead with 17 seconds to play here in Hiram. You're going to get calls like that when you're aggressive. They've been trying to go inside and really go at the bucket, and they've been rewarded for their efforts. 11 free throws here in the fourth period. They're 10 of 11 from the line.
At the close of this game, we please ask for all
24
students to please stay in the
made
stands.
free
Please
throws.
stay in the stands. Thank you.
And 7 missed ones. So 24 of 31 for Box Elder. Mountain Crest is 7 of 14 from the line. So the Mustangs need a quick bucket, and then they'll have to foul again. Brenchley to Buckmiller. Ferguson will fire for 3. No good. Rebounded by Shad Watson. He's pushed out of bounds by Buckmiller with 7 seconds left. Mountain Crest led by 1 after 1 period of play. They led by 1 at the half. They led by 6 after 3 quarters. And now they've been outscored here by 11 points in this fourth quarter. And Watson with a chance to make it more. Darius McFarland and his 18 points. They really did the job for the Bees. 13 for Watson. Brenchley pulls up for 3. It won't go. McFarland with the rebound, and the Bees come in here and steal one from the Mustangs as Mountain Crest led most of the way. And Box Elder comes up with the win, 53-46. We'll take a timeout. Be back. Wrap it up after this.
How do you, old grist mill? Old Grist Mill Bread Company, Ogden, Brigham, Logan.
Hey, I found Darius McFarland from Box Elder. First of all, congratulations on a tough win.
Thank you. Yeah, that's awesome. Get a road win in this region. It's awesome. This environment, come on the road and get a win. It's great.
You're down by 6 points at the end of the third quarter there. What did your coach tell you?
Just don't panic. Just keep playing how we play. Just stay relaxed and keep sharing the ball and hitting shots.
You scored 18 points tonight. That's a big contributor because Shad Watson really wasn't scoring for your team. So what did your coach tell you about that when your best scorer is not scoring?
I mean, he's an amazing player, and he's told us that when teams are going to scheme around him, so that's going to get other players shots. So we got to be ready to knock them down, and we definitely did.
You're ready. You're the Valley Channel Player of the Game tonight. You get a free burger from Wendy's, and you can clean the sink at Angie's. It's a huge thing of ice cream. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to you, Eric Olson.
McFarland with 18, and he leads the Bees past the Mustangs on the Game of the Week. And it was brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Cache Valley Hospital, your choice in healthcare. Salt Lake Express, door-to-door service to and from the Salt Lake Airport every hour. Lewiston State Bank, strong and vibrant for over a century. Immaculate Homes, now your home. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Discount Tire and Automotive, so much more than a tire store. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you've been missing. PR Graphics for all your promotional graphics needs. Planet Fitness, the judgment-free zone, only $10 a month. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station. For Levon and the guys behind the camera and in the truck doing the hard work, I'm Eric Wilson saying we'll see you next time on the Valley Channel.